Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Seasonal Tokens Podcast, where Polar interviews people so you can do more investing and less gambling.
Like we have been talking about crypto and why we both believe in crypto, but maybe you can say with a few words or sentences like what makes you think that the future of crypto is bright?
I think if you just take a step back and just look at the state of the world right now, I mean, a lot of people might not think or have ever thought that it won't affect them, the way the markets are now, or how, say for example, you've never traded any asset in your life. You've just gone to work full time. You've made it. You've got a few, you've got a 401k or you're saving up in the background. You've never thought it was going to affect you. Well, the inflation rates, let's not even talk about assets. Let's just talk about dollars or the pound. Watching the inflation rates go through the roof and watching as your purchasing power is decreasing by the day, you are effectively, whether you realize it or not, you are tied to this system. You are holding an asset that is decreasing in value because the governments around the world mint more money than you can make in your entire life daily. And that should scare everybody. The second you realize that this financial system is not designed to allow you to get financially free without being quite creative and smart, it ticks some alarm bells in your head. It should do. And when you realize that, you think, crap, I need to figure this out. So even if you go from nothing to $1 million, right? Because you've worked incredibly smart, you made an amazing business model, and you don't invest in anything, you're still going to be affected because inflation is going to push that purchasing power down massively. And then you're going to probably get hit by a housing market crash that's likely to come, for example. Everything's tied together in the markets. But if you start looking into crypto or other tangible assets like gold, and you start to see how stores of value work and how they increase over time against the price of the dollar, which is inflated, then it starts to tick in your head and you think, actually, yeah, I can protect my wealth here. But you don't want to just protect your wealth, you want to make your money work for you. And that's where crypto comes in. Crypto is such a mind-boggling, it's hard to, I can't even go into it in the podcast unless we talk about it for the next 7 hours, It's so crazy. But crypto is literally the key to the kingdom of getting out of this financial nonsense, this matrix that we're stuck in. The ties us all down to this financial, jail cell we're all sort of tied to. And there are so many options with crypto, but for me, it's get in, to make the smart choices, hold, and watch as Bitcoin, for example, decouples from like NASDAQ and typical stocks, starts to lead the run for all of crypto, and then turns into the next powerhouse. And because if Bitcoin, it's very simple. If this is what it's meant to be, Bitcoin will be the next currency of the world. That's the kind of thing we're talking about here. So, you got to do a lot of research. You've got to look into it. But like I said before, over the last 4 years, the foundations in crypto have been laid. Many retailers already start taking its payments. You'll see some already do. Banks have been doing their own investments behind closed doors. Governments do have their own investments, believe it or not, despite what they might tell you. Everyone's well aware of it, and you need to get in and get a slice of the pie while you can, because if the next bull run does happen, as we think it will, and Bitcoin does take off, like, you're not going to see less than $100,000 to $250,000 Bitcoin. I just don't see it happening. It's life-changing, generational wealth creation, and now is one of the best times to get in because we're just seeing one of the reddest hits in the entire history of the planet, really, especially in crypto. So DCA in, learn, protect your money, and then start building that generational wealth.
I really like what you just said about the key of the kingdom of financial freedom. Yeah. I really love this, and probably this is why I have also started to invest very heavily in crypto, because I believe in this thing, and I'm also and this is also one of the reasons why I have started this podcast, so more people can find out not only about seasonal tokens, but also that crypto investing is giving you a lot of opportunities. But of course, you have to have the ears to hear this.
Yeah. And they don't want you to. They don't want you to. They would much rather you live your life paycheck to paycheck with barely any savings, that you spend your entire life to earn one house that you think, when you're like 18, you're retired, you think, yeah, I've got my house, got my kids, awesome. Yeah, sure, that might be nice for some people, but like I said, the government still technically own you. Really, they own your property. If they decide that they don't want you to have that anymore, they can very easily get a judge to stamp some paper, and your house isn't even yours anymore. The government have too much control over people and their money, and Bitcoin and crypto represents the decoupling from that. Bitcoin is the people's money. The governments don't have control over it. And that's what that is one of the things that ticked in my brain and made me think, hang on a minute, this is bigger than it seems. This is insane. So exactly right. Keys to the kingdom, man. Keys to the financial independence kingdom right here.
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't want to scare anyone. Like, there is a very small chance the government to come and get your property or something.
Yeah. It's not gonna. You're not gonna be one day mind your own business and suddenly some random dude shows up with a piece of paper and says, "Well, actually, I don't even want to scare people, but that could happen though, and you have seen it in history." That's what I'm saying. Like, the government aren't necessarily your friends, and I'm not going to scare anybody, but just be aware that your best interests are your best interests. The government's best interests are the government's best interests. Don't get the two mixed up. To put it lightly, don't get the two mixed up. Protect yourself, protect your wealth, and there you go.
And stop watching news, I suppose. So
yeah.
This is one of the biggest problems that a lot of generations are having, that they trust very blindly the government and they believe that the government has their best interest. But the history has shown to us many times that this cannot be further from the truth. So, like, the only person that cares the most about you is you. So that there isn't anybody else outside of your family, I suppose, that cares about you. So I think that the concept of government is taking care of me and my family, and taking care of my back is not happening anymore. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if you rely on the government own you. If you rely on yourself, they don't own you, and that's what annoys them. They want to own you. So you've got to break free from that.
Yeah, I think that we can talk a lot about this topic, but we'll probably
be here for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And scare a lot more people than what we expect. So maybe we can finish with some final positive words from your side.
Final positive words. Yep. Markets are bearish, but that's an opportunity. Don't be scared by the sea of blood. Be looking for the island in the sea that's cruising by. Look for the cruise ship that's still sailing. Learn about crypto. Learn about the blockchain. Learn about what it's done for the planet. Learn about what it can do for the planet. Start being smart with the investments in the DCAing, and just remain positive. Find something that you believe in. Invest for the long term. That isn't me saying throw your money in right now, because I do think we can still see lower levels. But now is a good time to start accumulating, in my opinion. And my money is completely where my mouth is. All of my money is in crypto, pretty much, So, I think now is an amazing time. And also, on the back of that, definitely look into seasonal tokens, because the reality of it is next level, mind-blowing ingenuity. Simple as that.
Okay, I think that this is enough for our listeners to know that crypto for us is the future. Mm-hmm. And we believe that it will not go away, but everyone should do their own research and
absolutely
decide if this is for them or not. They still have a lot of other opportunities, of course, but now probably is the best time to start searching for opportunities and get advantage of them, because maybe there will be not such time in the near future again. So, spend time on thinking, researching, and investing, because the great opportunities don't come many times in the lifetime. So,
yeah, for sure.
So thank you very much, Tears, for being here with me. Thank you very much
for the invitation.
Yeah,
very appreciated.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing your wisdom with our listeners. I hope that they will research what we have said and make their own decision. I think that we have been able to reveal some of the myths regarding the cryptos, and also given some good ideas of people what to do during markets like that. So thank you very much again. It was really a pleasure for me. So I'm Polar, the CMO of Seasonal Tokens. I hope that you have enjoyed the episode. If you do, please subscribe for our podcast, because a lot of great guests are coming in the near future. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.